Hello everyone, I am Osima Vishwal. Today I will discuss about marginal rate of technical substitution. Marginal rate of technical substitution in the theory of production is similar to the concept of marginal rate of substitution in the indifference cost analysis of consumers' demand. Marginal rate of technical substitution indicates the rate at which factors can be substituted at the margin without altering the levels of output. More precisely, marginal rate of technical substitution of labor for capital may be defined as the number of units of capital which can be replaced by 1 unit of labor, level of output remaining unchanged. Okay, the concept of marginal rate of technical substitution can be easily understood with the help of table 1. Okay, each of the factor combination A, B, C, D, E is the same level of output. Moving down the table from combination A to combination B, 4 units of capital are replaced by 1 unit of labor in the production process without any change in the level of output. Therefore, marginal rate of technical substitution of labor for capital is 4 at this stage. Okay, switching from input combination from B to C involve the replacement of 3 units of capital by additional 1 unit of labor, output remaining the same. Okay, thus the marginal rate of technical substitution is now 3. Likewise, marginal rate of technical substitution of labor for capital between factor combination C and D is 2, and between factor combination D and E is 1. Okay. Then the marginal rate of technical substitution at a point on an isoquant or equal product curve can be known from the slope of the isoquant at that point. See this figure 1. See this figure 1. This is the isoquant curve. Marginal rate of technical substitution labor for capital equal to slope of delta K divided by delta L. Okay, slope of the isoquant at a point, and hence marginal rate of technical substitution MRTS between factors can also be known by the slope of the tangent drawn on the isoquant at that point. In figure 2, the tangent T dash is drawn at point K on the given equal product curve Q. The slope of the tangent T dash is equal to OT divided by OT dash. Therefore, marginal rate of technical substitution at point K on the equal product curve Q is equal to OT divided by OT dash. J dash is the tangent to point L on the isoquant Q at point L. Okay, then this slope equal to OJ divided by OJ dash. Okay, an important point to be noted about the marginal rate of technical substitution is that it is equal to the ratio of marginal physical product of the two factors, since by definition output remains constant on the equal product curve. The loss in physical output from a small reduction in capital will be equal to the gain in physical output from a small increment in labor. The loss in output is equal to the marginal physical product of capital MP multiplied by the amount of reduction in capital. Okay, the gain in output is equal to the marginal physical product of labor MP multiplied by the increment in labor. Accordingly, along the isoquant, delta K into MPK plus delta L into MPL equal to 0. Delta K into MPK equal to delta L into MPL. Okay, delta K divided by delta L equal to MPL divided by MPX. Okay, MPX. This delta K divided by delta L is equal to marginal rate of technical substitution, and this is equal to MPL divided by MPK. MP means marginal physical product. Okay, diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution. What do you mean by diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution? An important characteristic of marginal rate of technical substitution is that it diminishes as more and more of labor is substituted for capital. Okay. In other words, as the quantity of labor used is increased and the quantity of capital employed is reduced, the amount of capital that is required to be replaced by an additional unit of labor so as to keep the output constant will diminish. This is known as the principle of diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution. Then I will discuss general properties of isoquants. Okay, first property is isoquants like indifference curves slope downward from left to right. They have negative slope. This is so because when the quantity of factors say labor is increased, the quantity of other capital, that is capital, must be reduced so as to keep output constant on a given isoquant. This downward sloping property of isoquant follows from a valid assumption that the marginal physical products of factors are positive. That is, the use of additional units of factors yield positive increments in output. Okay, second property is no two isoquants can intersect each other. If two isoquants, one corresponding to 20 units of output and the other to 30 units of output, intersect each other, there will then be common factor combination corresponding to the point of intersection. So no two isoquants can intersect each other. And then third property is isoquants like indifference curves are convex to the origin. Isoquant curve such type of cell convex to the origin. Okay, thanks for watching.